Alright, so this is Orange Crystal, round 1 of Winter Side. We have Daniel the Cookie versus Undecember. They are... Cookie has Roy, Obero, and Crom. Undecember has Sonicky, Roy, Sigrun. And with that, we start. Yeah. And we have Sonicky versus Roy right away. Yeah. Roy usually wants to be aggressive early, get swings, get to the Keats, darkness. Sonicky wants to take orbs early, and just set up just so that they can promo. Usually she's running a bunch of Freyers just so that she can promo more consistently earlier. So that's technically something Roy should be aware of. So Darkness is technically just a better option than Manakete Emblem right now. We'll see if they actually end up going with that plan, but who knows?
Early Nana Bond. I mean, their hand is not. It's either pretty good, and Nana's the only card they want to get rid of, or it's just letting Nana's.
Yeah, it's good to have it prepped there because you don't really want to start nanaing until you have one already in there, to some degree. But doing it this early is, not the greatest. Granted, not like Sonicky's doing much else turn 1, so hey, it's not colored, who cares? It's not the right color bonds, I mean, doesn't really matter. Alright. Roy swing, Roy selfs. That's very much not what Roy wants. Can't use his Fate Emblem on hit. So that means Ray is not going to be as consistently hitting into this. He does. And they are looting.
Ray is +10, so I think he should hit it.
Roy isn't.
No, wait. No.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Roy selfed, and that
wrong.
is Fate Emblem on hit, not +10 when swinging MC.
I feel like the Royals have been missing the turn 1 swing a lot recently. Last week.
Well, when you get against better people, they are going to try and dodge the Roy swing one because they know how punishing it is. So even if it was to hit, more people are likely to dodge it now than at the beginning of Orange Crystal.
No, I mean that is true, but I meant like just raw selfing, just not hitting like in the first place.
I mean, that could also be happening more, but that's just not... that's just not something that's controllable. Unless you want to say that these guys are playing more dodges than normal, or are more likely to self because of that. No green bond on turn 2. Still stuck on cost 1. This is very much not good for Undecember. You usually want bridge. That's the thing you're mulliganing to.
Yeah, it's not like he's not getting bridges a rough time, because now I could just deploy like 2 more 1 cost, like anything, and they will be able to hit. It's not argue. Rhea and Nana, that's probably really bad hand. No promo.
Yeah.
Mur. I'm sure he has another one.
Well, as I said, if they have the Keat Emblem, like if they have the Freyr in hand, they might be wanting the Keat to happen to Roy.
I would just deploy the Mur.
Deploying the Mur is fine here. But legitimately, you don't want to hit the Keat here because it lets them get into their turn 4 promo next turn. If you specifically deny the Keat, you know your opponent's not Freyering and they're not main promoing next turn. Canos is the best support here. All of these are terrible.
Yeah. And X supported. Oh yeah, doesn't do anything either.
The X supports a 10.
Yeah, so that's not good. Yeah, I would have just 1 cross bound to aggro. Because if Sanaki promos next turn, like she's not gonna swing into Roy. So
Yeah. Oh,
what is this card?
Astrid. That's a
I can't
card.
ask from your retreat area under this unit to grow, and then
Undodgeable on growth. Plus 10 for each card stacked underneath, and anti-flyer. So 60 attack undodgeable.
why would you on this?
Um, I don't
Okay,
know.
what do we have here?
I honestly do not know why you would run the Astrid, but hey, it's a choice. It does have a use as being undodgeable.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I just can't see the game.
Oh, did you not get in?
Nope.
Well, someone
Sorry.
else can.
Well, I can.
I'm already recording. I'm not streaming it as well in Discord, so. I mean, see
Song,
that.
can you?
Oh, actually,
can-
it's probably there just because it's a decent turn 3 option. Because what else does Sonic do on turn 3?
I guess, yeah.
That's technically like one big weakness of hers, that she has a good turn 2 play. She has absolutely nothing for turn 3, and then turn 4 is main promo. And then after that, you stop caring. I could see Astrid being just the best turn 3 option.
String comic.
Because other than that, your best turn 3 option is like, well, class changing one of your mages. But that requires you to have your mage out since turn 1.
Well, that's interesting. Sanaki with Astrid.
Yep. Well, that's what we were
It's
talking about.
still
I don't agree with killing the Astrid here just because she's, she can't swing, she's ranged only, 2 range. But they might just be doing it because they think that Sonic has an evade. At this point, Sonic should have an evade, so it's not completely wrong, it's just... Yeah.
It would also just play one cost. Just do it, like, you could have had like 2 extra hits then. Yeah. But it's also okay.
Yeah.
No, disconnect?
This should
Oh,
be
no, I
main
just-
promo unless Undecember completely bricked.
I disconnected for some reason, but okay.
Okay, we got Mickey. Main promo. So I think they might have milled to main promo instead of bridge, or they just happened to get this, like, this was just what they had. No bridge is just very painful.
Yeah, that also means like he has a maximum of like three dodges right now.
He could easily have more. It would
I
have
can
just
just
been
draw.
questionable if you should actually take them or not, just because darkness risk.
Yeah, but I assume Saruki is gonna get some dodges now, since you can cycle and draw more.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to would have gone into the one cost early, just as there's a good chance you would just rip out the main promo and then just win.
Yep. All right, so we got the Soren stop draws, always nice.
Okay, so Koki really wants to get rid of this Soren immediately.
Well, yeah, 100%. The issue with this is decent chance there's a dodge for it, but the double darkness is
Yeah, the double darkness is gonna rip into Patrick's cards very quickly. Is that the discard or the support? Well, fair enough. That's really good, actually.
Yeah, I mean that's the perfect thing. That is the tech against Roy. So yeah, dodging it and dodging the swing and
Healing an orb. Oh, okay. Now, of course, the really insane play thing would be if they have another one to discard for the second emblem.
yeah, well, I mean it's the best way to get back in and it's the best way to discourage darkness because there is still another darkness prepped.
Mm-hmm.
They could oh, they're
They don't want the darkness there. That makes
yep.
sense. Now they're afraid of hitting another one.
Yep. And Soren going away here is fine because they're just going to draw no matter what. Soren isn't blocking anything.
Did
It's
they
perfectly
dodge
fine.
with Thorin last turn?
Yes, they dodged the Knos swing while also discarding Rainbow Robin.
Yeah. Was it a Sorin 1 or a Sorin 4?
4.
Huh.
Oh, they're also
Interesting
running the
that they didn't
mist.
keep that.
This mist makes them immune to destruction and gives them +10 on opponent's turn. To one unit of their choice, being a 1/2 range 70 attacker, not the worst. And we got Tormod CC.
For my
That's a pretty
time.
good card. People usually like to run something else.
I mean, especially in Sanaku Torment is just a fantastic card because Sanaku also doesn't kind of struggles with cards even with the good skill because simply they deploy so much. Torment just being able to basically fill up the hand again is really good. And of course, 80 base in front line attacker is very strong as well.
I think this is the first time I see Rainbow Robin getting the orb.
Yeah, I don't. Not too many people end up playing the Rainbow Robin in a lot of decks, mainly because of space. Even though it is one of the better tech cards.
I mean,
I've
it's
seen
one of those things that every single play style has a tech, and it's just about do you have space or are you threatened enough by that deck? If you're not threatened enough by Roy's Darkness emblems, you don't run it. Because it also requires them to hit the Darkness emblem. You'd have enough cards in hand. There's a lot of ifs attached to Rainbow Robin.
Yeah.
If your hand is small, it just will never trigger, and a bunch of other things like that.
If you
so
have
much. It's never
more
mattered.
orbs or not less, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, if it triggers, it's a really good payoff because getting an orb is very strong.
Extremely.
You turn a -1 into +1 essentially.
+2 technically, because you're adding one card to orbs from deck,
Yeah,
and then
but
when you take the orb,
still,
it goes to hand.
But you still lose the Robin, right? So it's
Well, no, because you could get Roy to swing Leanne and trigger Darkness that way. You're not guaranteed to minus the orb or anything. It's just technically you turn the -1 of Darkness into a +1. That's the idea behind it.
Yeah.
And double Tormod CC.
Oh wow. He really wants those dodges.
I mean, or they just have all the Tormods and might as well just
Oh wait,
throw them out.
they bonded that dodges.
Yep. Because this is technically a draw 4 for the 3 cards. Tormod is now a +1. Usually Tormod is just even, but now he's actually +1, which is a lot better.
Another Sorin. Well, that's unfortunate for Roy.
Do you dodge here? No, right.
I mean,
I mean,
you
one
might
cost, yeah, okay.
you might as well dodge because you're
Soren.
Sorened anyway.
Mm.
Like this just requires more things to go right for to actually get hit by the Soren. Okay, yep, they are getting hit by the Soren in the end.
Oh, no Roy dodges at the moment. That's important value
Yeah,
to know.
I would consider to like not dodge if you only had the Canals 4 on hand.
Yeah.
Like Canals 1, yeah, just discard that.
Hmm.
Because they're essentially
Yeah.
like swapping out one card for another. So yeah.
At the moment, Sanaki
Ooh,
is just sitting really pretty here. There's
Murray
not
3,
much
one
another
for
of
Roy
the
mirror.
to do.
best arts. Elliowood, okay.
Oh,
They want...
that's a good.
Yeah. Um, honestly, I would say it's almost better to have stacked him so that they could kill both Soren and Tormod. But I guess they can
They
still
should
do
be
that
able
with
to.
Roy Swing killing Tormod.
Yeah. No, I would have swung into Soren first with Roy and see if that kills, and then use Elliowood's pull.
Um, no, you
But
never
I
want
guess
to
the
waste
order
the...
here doesn't.
You never want to waste the pull on Tormod because Tormod's just going to run away again.
Yeah, no, but I mean, pull with the intent to kill anyway. But
Yeah.
like he's just gonna be frontline anyway afterwards, so that
But
doesn't matter. It's just about
at the start of your
killing.
opponent's next turn, Tormod's just going to get to the backline again, and that pull is now wasted. If you pull Soren, and then Soren dodges, Soren is now stuck in the front line. Tormod doesn't care. Soren does.
That's a good point. Is that into
You don't wait.
Tormod or Sanaki?
I don't know.
It's like
I think that's into Sonicy.
That's
And
odd.
that is a dark.
Yeah,
And it's a dark that activates. So do they have another Robin? No, they don't.
that would be. Oh, they discarded Tormod.
Yep.
Wait, is this into Tomo?
I
Okay,
think
well.
it looks like it's into Sanaki.
No, he dodged with
No, but
Oh.
Patrick took an orb, right? They took an orb. No, they discarded Tormod for the Darkness Emblem.
Oh, yeah, never mind that. Yeah, I think Mur 3 and then stacking Illywood probably would have been better. Because Rai doesn't need anything more than 6 spawns, because then you have your 5 cost and 1 cost, and then, yeah. And Mur is also more likely to hit the Soren.
Yeah.
And Illywood has good chance of hitting it anyways, but like if he's self, then yeah.
Yeah, well, the idea behind specifically doing Elliowood is you want to at least... It encourages the Soren dying. Because if they dodge the Soren there...
Oh, Wi-Fi down.
Pretty much, as soon as you pull it, it's less likely to dodge, because if it's in the back line and it dodges, then it's still safe, because only Elliowood can, or only Roy can swing it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you stack the Illywood and go into Soren, it's like the same thing, and then push Sanaki, and then you can go into
pretty
Soren
much.
again.
It's just a little bit. Both can be decent. It's just a little bit of which one actually works out better is questionable.
Yeah,
It also
but
depends on
you
if they have anything else.
With Nerd, you have like an extra card in hand, so I think it would be better, especially with 2 cards in hand. Yeah.
Is Sanaki still in her like spawning phase? Or what's going on here?
Oops.
All right, we got Nana to get Mist back. Mist is actually also really good at this matchup because it protects you from destruction. So you're no longer afraid of Zephyl, is the huge main one. Ike, also really nice card. Absolutely
I
terrifying.
think early, but I think he doesn't have anything better than.
No, he has at minimum the Mist. It's just this works better for deployment points because it was all but like one. Now they're going back to their turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 7. So they can bond 1, class change Micaiah, deploy Mist, and that would be just a massive board.
That would be probably
Oh yeah, that's all.
probably the best board it can make, minus
Or
Zephyr
Tormod.
as Elgis.
There we go, Tormod class change, and now they can still deploy the Mist. See, this is just a giant board that's massive. They can be immune to destruction and an 80 on defense with Mist skill. Micaiah is also a 60 base now because Tormod class changed. Micaiah's second skill activated. And now she has a decent shot at killing Elliewood. Not great, but good enough to try. Doesn't, but hey, it's fine.
Yeah. Worst case, she doesn't really do anything else this turn anyway. So yeah. I mean, you definitely want to get kill this Elliewood to get Ether and everything else in there.
Mist does get range.
Yeah, that takes him out, so we now have Ether range. I wonder how this should be ordered, because we can't be certain, but all things considered, Roy really should not have dodges at the moment, considering they didn't dodge earlier, and haven't really been able to draw at all because of Soren.
Yeah. This is just
I feel like it's
a very bad spot for Roy. He's very much on the back foot, and he's just going to keep getting hit.
Yeah, no, I was just talking about what order would be better here for Ike to get maximum value.
The Ike doesn't even matter, really. The Ike's just there as a pressure tool, because now your opponent has to respond to the Ike before they can respond to anything else.
He's going down to like 1 or 2 orbs, so...
Yeah.
I mean, if Ike also hits now, Roy's just going to be sitting on 0, which Ike just really does threaten game next turn for sure.
Yeah, well, as I said, Ike is not here really to win right now. He's just there to pressure and make it so your opponent has to respond to the Ike. The Ike is now priority number 1 no matter what. And that's his job. His job is to protect the Tormod, Mist, and Micaiah.
Does he take another orb?
Do we take this hit as well, or do we dodge this hit?
Dodging it.
Nope.
Alright then. Well, given how little cards bonds Roy has at the moment, there's not really much they can deploy, I think.
Yeah, they're definitely not in the greatest spot, but...
Like, best case scenario I can think of is Zephyr luckily hitting one of the backliners with the rip. That's the best case scenario I can think of.
The best play is pretty much Zephyr plus a Dark Mage, and then buff the Dark Mage twice, and get the Dark Mage to kill something, get Roy to kill the other thing, and Zephyr to try and rip the third one. But then you still have the Ike to deal with, and then Zephyr's attack has to go into the Ike. Meaning Sonic is safe for a complete turn.
Yeah, we're never gonna be able to kill Sonic here anyway because of Mist, but...
Yep. But it's still -1.
Mist only protects... Yes, Mist only protects Sonic here, right?
Yes.
Not the whole board.
No, it's only the person that you chose for her Warm Singing skill, which is the +10 on defense.
So best case scenario, Zephyr rips out one of the backliners.
Yes.
A copy of those.
Or Ike, technically. Ike is slightly worse in that case because you could just use Zephyr to swing the Ike. But it's still a consolation prize. Okay, they have a Mana Keep. That's not as good as a Dark Mage, but it's still passable.
It's 2 swings into Ike, so we don't really have to be afraid of a dodge.
Exactly. So ideally, they should technically kill, I would say, Mist more than the Tormod, funnily enough.
Yeah, You attack first with Roy, I think, because if you get Illywood, you can also just like
Yeah, you can pull things.
can
I
also
think it's
push.
hard to. I think it's a little bit hard to say because obviously the mist protects from Zephyr and stuff.
But even if you
But
kill the mist, she's
Tormod,
still protected. Like,
I
you.
know. No, it's about what I mean is
Oh,
if we focus target mist over Tormod, the issue is Tormod just naturally hits these 80 bases around,
yeah, but
which is
Mist makes Sonic an 80 base, and Mist gives protection to destruction, and Tormod is no longer drawing cards. 3 of his main promos are right there. That's why I specifically said Mist, is because, yeah, Tormod's 80, but that's all he is. Mist buffs someone else to 80 and makes them immune to destruction. Mist is doing things. Tormod is not.
Let's see what Zephyr rips out first.
Yep. The Zephyr thing matters the most, because if that's
Egg time?
Oh
Is it
no,
Asteroid?
that's a wussy.
Asteroid.
That's a
Yeah.
wussy.
That's
yeah.
unfortunate.
Ideally was Tormod or Mist, just so that you could take care of the other one. Micaiah and Ike are also Constellation Prize. I mean, that doesn't matter. It's still ripping a card out of your hand.
It
you
it
don't-
can literally kill everything but
Yeah.
Yeah, you still Zephyr heal. He has a good chance to
Okay.
hit
Yeah.
something.
Mist is only
Like, what
protecting
else?
one unit. It's fine.
Like, what else is Zephyr gonna do? Show up and not use his skill?
Yeah, well, it's more like why are. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Is
guess you
Cookie
could argue that
European? Is that why he types question mark?
Probably.
it does have to
I
do with
can't type.
European.
Oh, Lackey assumes that
keyboards.
you're using a North American QWERTY keyboard. Even if you plug in a different keyboard, it will work as if you're playing a
Ellwood.
North American QWERTY keyboard.
I can switch
Ellwood
it.
is great here.
Right.
I know
Yep.
that it was stacked, but Ellwood is still great here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Lackey will always
Nice.
assume you're using a North American QWERTY keyboard. Don't.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's just.
I can't use question marks.
You can still do it. You
Oh.
just need to know where the question mark is on an English North American keyboard.
It's
I
really
have
just
no idea.
It's
No, it still does. I'm not sure for me whether
Okay, so we got the best case scenario anyway, more or less.
Yeah.
Probably just isn't enough to really stop Sonic at this point.
Yeah, that was as good as you're going to get. That was pretty much what we mathed out for the best option. It's just Zephyr didn't pop something, and that's the only punishment, but that's not a huge one. It still was a very good turn in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only issue now is that, well, Cookie's still on low cards, which Roy is not really a big fan of. Because ideally you always want like one extra to stack to begin with, so
Yep.
it's already not great. And of course, Sanaki now has her full turn, to which I would be very surprised if we don't see Zelgius drop immediately if Sanaki actually bonded both of the Zelgiuses.
Well, yeah, some people ran only 2, and considering one got bonded, yeah.
Wasn't another one already bonded?
Not that I know of.
Zelgius? No.
Okay, but yeah, I would be very surprised if they bonded the Zelgius without having another one. But let's see what happens first. Patrick is looking at cards, the counting dodges.
I think Cookie has like 2 dodges, maybe.
I must say, Cookie may be the only player I know that actually marks the cards as bonds.
Yeah.
Maybe. I do it in
I've
one
seen-
specific scenario, but yeah, most of the time I don't.
When do you do it?
FFAs.
fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
FFAs, you don't have the
would
board
that-
space, so your bonds are actually behind your backline. So it's better to mark as bonds.
Mm-hmm. Sonic has not bonded yet for turn. So with a bond, they're gonna, if they technically don't need to bond right now, they have enough face-ups.
I'm probably just thinking long to see if they can go for game or something.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're doing right now.
If he has another Ike, maybe. But
Well, like, if you have the Ike, that's usually the play because that means you can just swing face and the Zephyr's taken care of. Like legitimately, that's what I would do.
I think
personally.
they're counting dodges.
Yeah.
My guess
Nana
is
to
they're
get the Zelgius back. Okay.
okay.
To deploy the
Yeah,
Zelgius.
dropping it to buff.
New world. Yep.
Because now we basically have two 100 bases on board. They can swing it to Roy.
Yes.
The question is what else we get.
I would say you wouldn't really want to do that, but
I mean, they
since
they
I don't
counted
have list on
dodges so
board,
far, and depending on how many there are, maybe they're not going to.
yeah.
I mean, ironically, worst case scenario for Sonic right now is if their hand is just mostly to all dodges. Because then obviously they need to clear the Zephyr if they're not going for game here. That's another Sonic, but that's like 3 dodges spawned already.
did he heal the kayak crit?
I think that's getting Micaiah for sure. Question is it getting Micaiah 5? If it's getting... Forgot what.
Yeah, he forgot to deploy the Laster before New World.
Oh, Ike. Okay, that's just going for
Oh no,
game then.
bad auto.
Wait.
Is she shocking? Probably.
Because they forgot they don't have the bonds for deploying Micaiah now. But they can still crit with her.
Me, he still get the crit, I think.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. They still have enough for Micaiah. 1, 2, 3. They can claim.
Oh, right, you're right. I miscounted.
They also had enough bonds last time for the end, but
Yeah. Okay. Oh, they don't have Micaiah 5 in retreat. Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
oh, that's yeah, okay, makes sense.
15 cards in deck. Where are they?
Does he really
Oh,
have
just
second
swinging?
Kaya? Okay.
Yeah, not healing crits is a little bit weird though, because I refuse to believe that there's actually no Micaiah.
I mean, it's fine. It's not ideal, but like Ike is going to take care of the Zephyr, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I think everything is just swinging face here.
Yeah. Zelgius can flip 1 for the plus 30 and indestructible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ike already is 100 base and clears Zephyr. You don't really need to force the Ether here.
Yep.
Another Astrid. Did you have deck reset or something?
Maybe. I would say you could get the Micaiah to swing Fae first, but doesn't really matter too much in the long run.
Yeah, the Zephyr stays here anyway.
Yep.
Oh, another dodge. Guess Ike is living. Or do we have the crit anyway now?
40, 60. That's only 60.
Okay.
That technically hits. Yeah, there's the
There's
crit.
no way.
Game, right?
Yeah,
That's
no
game.
way
I
Ike
knew
has a
only
dodge.
Game.
I knew it.
Okay.
Two dodges. I was correct.
That was game 1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna be here for a while.
Welcome to recording.
Yeah, like the average match length is like 90 minutes. 90, 80 minutes.
Yeah, Zeph was more to rip out anything of value. And then it just ended up hitting Astrid, which is just the turn 3 play.
Who is watching?
What?
I'm just looking at the spectator list.
Yeah, what about it?
Because people are in Peanut Gallery, but
Yep.
they're playing Pokemon.
No, Detective Case
Yeah.
is in Advanced Front Lawn with the
Yeah.
stream.
Excel just won his Nuzlocke, so people are hype about that.
Oh, they just moved to Peanut Gallery because Mansford was occupied.
I don't know whoever was in there first technically made a mistake. It's
Case.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
Case went
He was
into
the
front line first. They did it last set as well earlier.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal. No one really cares what the names of the voice channels are. I just use this one because it's limited in people. Undecember so confident that they just auto win with Sonicy. Okay.
That's a fair assumption because he's renowned.
Oh.
True.
Sonicy.
Sonicy based. Sonicy is strong.
Although I think it was probably winnable. But yeah.
Astrid is still a very interesting card in Sonicy, though. I think.
Yeah. Still expanding.
I mean, she reads fine. Like if you have both of her skills up, she's a 60 base that's unavoidable by non-MC, which is good for dealing with mages. But like, it's
Yeah,
just
like
an
stats
odd
are good.
choice. Like it's very free. The condition is having an Astrid in retreat. That's all you need.
That's not super consistent, but
Yeah, but it's not like it doesn't cause spawns, which is good for Sonic because Sonic wants her bonds to herself usually.
how about Emblem?
Dang.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
over.
Well,
Okay. So this is one of the two worst high-level matchups. Sigren and Hannah hate Oboro. I think that's
Sigmund definitely more.
honestly, no. They
Sigmund
both just
probably
die.
more.
It doesn't matter which one.
Hana's
The
like
only
she's
flyer
like,
deck that can semi-handle Oboro is a Lyncha,
No,
and that's
that's-
also a losing matchup.
That's a.
no, I think Hana still does better. Because
Elincia just dies slower, and that's it. She still dies. Hana occasionally doesn't die, but still dies. Hana's actually the best one because her cost 1 is not a flyer, meaning you're not just dead on turn 1. Sigurd is also just dead. Hana's only advantage is that her cost 1 is not a flyer.
and her main program is like basically 100 after support.
Yeah,
and
but
archers. They only
Archers
hit
are
with attack
90
armor.
before support. Like, most of the archers will generally be swinging as 90 or 70 before support. Guess what? That can still hit decently often.
Yeah, with attack
Like,
support.
of course,
it's not
Hana
if-
Hana with support is 100, but
a lot less
considering it's
reliable
Oboro, there are so many attack
compared to-
emblems that still is
Yeah.
not unreliable to hit.
Also, yeah, if Hana ever selfs, she's dead. If an attack emblem archer is ever hit, she's dead. It's still just not good.
It's honestly more reliable now, so to not be hit. But yeah, she still dies most of the time.
Yeah, Hana does do the
Are you
best.
like Rosa? And you play her bridge, the dodge tank version.
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, this is most likely gonna be a very quick game.
Yes, it should be.
I have never seen Sigurd make it past turn 3 in this matchup.
The only way this could be okay for Sigrun is if somehow Oboro bricked on non-archers, which would be really funny, to be fair.
think it's a little odd that Cookie didn't deploy that Setsuna turn 1. Because Sigrun doesn't have the best. But it's a 2
well,
one, right?
That's a 1.
well, Setsuna 1
Yeah,
can
it
hit
is.
here. It's fine. You just need any archer. As long as you deploy 1, you're golden. It doesn't matter what one. You're just going to punch face.
Although Setsuna.
Another Setsuna.
No, is it? No.
Okay, I
Okay.
disagree with if they.
That's
So this is fine if they have no other cost 1 archer, but if they had another cost 1 archer, Setsuna plus the cost 1 archer would have been the better play.
that's
I
just
assume
like
not.
purposely
if I would-
taking one less orb from Sigrun like this.
Yeah.
I mean, Sigrun has a decent amount of,
Micaiah.
actually a good amount of 1 costs that can be tapped, but like, it's not happening this early.
Also, I'm surprised they're running Micaiah. Usually it's just pure flyers plus Ike. Micaiah's not the worst because obviously it's just Micaiah, but specifically that cost 2 Micaiah is also uncommon. You're not as likely to get the buff, but in this case, it's perfect. Somehow the perfect counterpick card. Unfortunately, that was Obro's promo.
Well,
Use early game range, I suppose.
Yeah,
that
she's
sure
early game
is, that
range.
sure is Oboro.
It's just usually when you splash Micaiah, you go for the cost 1 because it's generally better. Sonic uses the cost 2 specifically because Sonic gets a lot of bonds, so the higher cost doesn't matter. It draws a card if you have a high cost unit, Sonic. And Sonic's likely to growth or class change another unit that turn. So Micaiah's buff is also likely to be active. Sonic just works with all parts of this Micaiah, where most other decks don't.
Yeah, I think Cookie missed out on 2 attacks. He should have deployed that Setsuna turn 1. And then would have had 2 extra attacks. Let's see here. What do you mean? The overall? Apparently.
There was the auto support.
Oh, I guess, yeah, he should have swung with
Yep.
Sigrun then, just to know. Sigrun does need her retreat for a skill deploy, no main problem. So,
Yeah.
also could have, yeah.
Because, yeah, as soon as you see the Obro, you want to generally start swinging. There's no real reason not to. You have to do it eventually, to a degree.
But, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, so if you were to go for the clearing board, Oboro should have been the one to do it.
Even though
just because Takami's
most
70 swinging into Sigrun, so no matter what it hits, where he could technically self against Micaiah or the 2030 situation, which is what happened.
Yeah, while Micaiah is a 20, the rest of the deck, aside from Ike, is a 30. So she's trying to hit 40 plus 30 most of the time.
Exactly.
And unless Takumi gets an attack on them, that never hits.
Oh, but hey, he's safe on defense.
Yay, that's what we like in Oboro.
What?
It's
Oh, it hits
No, it
because
doesn't.
Micaiah's plus 20.
Oh wait,
There was a
right.
class change
Oh.
this
They
turn.
promo this turn.
Yep.
Never mind, we're gaming.
As I said, that skill is usually only active in Sonic because of Tormod.
Why is
it's like,
Takumi
one.
still on field?
Takumi dodged.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's strike to dodge because everyone costs.
We
just
didn't.
hits.
Interesting that. I mean, I didn't really see the support, so I don't know what the retreat is looking like. But no sequence skill is interesting.
Sigrun
There's no
turn.
Pumeria.
So
I assume.
there's no
I assume there's
Pumeria,
nothing
and
good yet.
also it's just because they might be looking for Necro Dragon, which is usually a one-off. They might be waiting for Ike so that they can start using Ike to pop things. There also just isn't a huge reason to use it this turn because everything they deploy
Okay,
might get
Kaze.
destroyed.
Ironically enough, Kaze doesn't really do anything here because everything just hits. That
Oh.
makes
Yeah, Takumi swinging is 70 definitely means that he generally hits unless he selfs.
Yeah,
Kaze here is a little awkward, but
yeah, like
it's interesting.
they're not gonna crit here. I mean, the only one who can really crit is Kaze himself because 60 to 60 with 70 supports, with 30 supports, sorry.
Yep. Alright.
But yeah, I
Although
mean,
for
if
most,
Kaze intends to crit here, you still just dodge this because you don't want to give him a draw.
And there we go, that hits. 40
Yeah,
support
last
onto
one?
a 70 beater.
yeah, that just hit. No, don't hit. Don't dodge that one.
No, it's perfectly fine to dodge that one technically. As long as they also have a dodge for this one.
Only if this one.
There you go.
Okay, if that one is dodged as well. Yeah, then it's fine. I was just worried that they
No,
use their dodge.
you can't shit talk people's choices if there is still a condition where it's fine.
Yes, that. I mean, I
I
didn't
think I still would have used
shit
Sigrun's
talk it.
deploys the last turn because then he could have killed the Takumi.
I'm
Um,
well. That's on the assumption that a Plumeria is in retreat. It's
No, even just like by using a pull skill and then just attacking with Sigrun.
I guess, but it's still just yeah. It's probably best
Yeah.
to kill him just because he is a threat. It's just it's expensive. Sigrun can only deploy so many things.
Yeah, but Sigrun wants all of these things.
Yes.
But like she dies before he can spend the bonds. So.
Like, she's the only bond spender here anyway, usually.
Yes. MCs that flip 2 usually are only have bond. They're the only bond flipper. Technically Maria is probably around to some degree, but that's about it.
Yeah. Maria and Sigrun, when I played Sigrun, I really didn't like because of the bonds.
Yeah, it's technically optional. It's nice because it's ranged, but at the same time, Sigrun doesn't really need it too much.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Anyway, at least we should definitely see her skill this turn because now there's not only a Takumi but also a Kaze we need
Yes.
to get rid of.
Like, technically speaking, they could deploy Ike and then deploy Tanith and Har, and Ike would be prepped and ready to shoot.
Bonding. Okay. Bonding
Bonding
Plumeria.
Plum is perfectly fine.
Let's see
they
what
have
gets
another.
dropped.
Micaiah 2. Okay, I do not like that drop.
Yeah. If that's all, then I'm not so sure about bonding Plumeria here. Because
Should be
that
not
Plumeria could have just straight up killed the Takumi.
Yep.
Because what else do you do with 2 points?
Necro
Right.
Dragon.
Isn't he
If that
3
is in
cost?
hand.
No, he is a 2.
No.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Tanith. And
That's
we
why
have one
Necro
more.
is usually ran in Sigrun, is because Sigrun can deploy Necro Dragon.
Yeah, true.
I also, honestly, I also think the backline Micaiah is a little bit interesting.
Yeah. I would have been
begin
fine with
with.
it if they're planning on promoing it, but it should have been in the front line, in my opinion, trying to kill the Takumi.
Yeah. Or with Tanith, it could just as well try to kill the Kaze, but it should be trying to kill. Okay, that's just a very weird. Huh.
Huh? What?
Deploying Plumeria is the correct thing in the first place.
I mean, they get 2.
Yeah, I think-
Palace still a good choice because it's plus 20. Plumeria, okay, there it goes. So they did get the
Okay,
Plumeria.
they have another one.
I guess I missed that.
That
Okay, that's
that
fine.
Plumeria is very good timing as well because we're reaching turn 5 for Boros, so we're not being threatened by Ryoma deploy yet.
Yep. So I have a work meeting. I have to go. You guys are on your own. I'm not listening to you. I'm turning off my microphone.
Okay.
And Har. Okay, that works. I would say Pal is the better choice, but you know Har works.
Yeah, this is alright in the end. Okay then. So
If he was trying to attack Alchemy with Micaiah, then in the backline is okay. But he has
I mean, if
Plumeria.
yeah, considering that they deployed Plumeria with Sigrun anyway, it's fine that they bonded it because that killed Takumi anyway.
How much do you
That
want us to talk,
took
Dane?
that out, and now we buff Sigrun and swing.
What is that drawing?
All things
that's another-
considered, this is honestly a really good position for Sigrun to be in.
She has 2 orbs, which made it to turn 5.
Yeah,
apparently.
like
But that's
that's
because
the main issue. That
Patrick definitely could
especially
have
against Oboro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, what did you want to say?
Patrick / Undecember should have had like at least 2
Actually,
to
who's
3 extra
running
hits
it,
at this
right?
point, I think.
Huh?
But
Oh,
It's
okay. Then
Kiragi,
I'm with
right?
you.
it is Karagi
That
4.
bond. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the issue is just deploy 3 one-cost archers with Oboro and you still die here, most likely. So it's not. It's still an awful matchup, but at least the position Sigrun is in is relatively stable at the moment.
Yeah, I can't.
Like both
remember.
Ryoma and Mamoe are turned off at the moment with Plumeria. And given it's Sigrun, Oboro will also not really be able to get rid of Plumeria because they can just be redeployed each turn.
Yeah, she will stick it from this point on. Especially with like
Yeah.
since he skipped this on turn 3, he can basically use her skill for the next 2 turns, right? So
Given how long they're thinking on this hand, I really don't think they have many one-cost archers at all. Yeah, that's just Takumi, which, I mean, yeah, okay, that's still an issue because that's still 3 hits if you don't have dodges. That's 4 hits actually because of the taco.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay, yeah,
using Takumi's
that's what
skill.
we mentioned earlier. That just straight up could be game.
Yeah, so if Cookie played correctly turn 1 and turn 2, he would already be dead this turn, or
Oh,
even
that
last turn. But
does that
yeah.
miss? That misses. That's
No.
that's
Oh
80
wait,
to
no.
90.
No, it doesn't.
That's really good for Patrick.
No, that hits because oh no, it doesn't. Yeah.
I was thinking with the plus 10 in mind as well.
Yeah, I thought you didn't, but then realized it doesn't hit.
hmm Well, it's like you can't say it's not a bad position, but it's a position
Honestly,
for sure.
compared to the usual game states that Sigurd is in, which would be like that, this is pretty
Yeah,
good,
like
honestly.
considering it's Sigrun, this is one of the best case scenarios you can be in at the moment.
Like if
It's
he
also just
deploys,
the fact that Oboro still has 4 orbs, so she's not gonna die anytime soon.
yeah, like I would be pretty nice here, kind of clear backline, and then also start
Yeah,
swinging.
Ike would be great here. What else?
Because Cookie also is pretty low on resources, so yeah.
Yeah, but it's Oboro next turn. The Cook is just gonna draw 2 cards next turn again.
Yeah, but like he has 2 cards right now, so if he bonds 1, then he only has like 2 cards to play. That's like not the greatest.
It is true, but you on 0 orbs, you really simply don't have the option to play those slow game with Sigrun at the moment, I think. Like the face up orb is Maui,
And you don't
which
you don't play
at
the
the
slow
moment is
game,
not a
but
threat.
it's not a slow game, but you just don't die in that sense because they don't have gas.
Yeah, but hmm. Yeah, it's very it must be very difficult right now. Like it just doesn't seem very possible for the moment for Sigrun to actually win.
Yeah, they will probably
But the
survive next turn.
situation,
Because if you think about it, like they will have 2 cards during deployment phase, so at
I mean,
best
best
those are
case
like two
scenario,
one cost archers. So at best she's like hit 2 times.
yeah, like considering that they didn't deploy another 1-cost archer last turn, but deployed the whatever his name dude is, the
Alchemy.
automaton. Um, it's not unlikely that the rest of the hand of a board right now is just high costs, probably Ryoma and Maui. And as long as those can't be deployed, if I mean the job right now 100% is to clear this backline. You need to get rid of this.
That should be quite easy since she's Sigurd.
I mean, you can kill the Takumi, you can move up the Mikaya with Har and turn her into a 60 base. Like, you can kill at least two. The question is how you kill the third one right now.
You can kill all. Her pull skill is not once per turn.
Yeah, but what are you gonna hit? I guess Plumeria technically could hit the Kiragi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And
there's
get the
still no
flag.
bond and still no deploy happening. Like, Patrick is really thinking.
You can also move up somebody with Har, and then you have like 4 hits, 4
Yeah,
attacks.
that's what I said, that we move up the Mikaya with Har and buffer at the same time.
You don't need to move up Makayo, can just like pull and then like tap something else and then attack at one range.
Yeah, but to get all three of them, you need to tap three things right now, which cost
Yeah,
heavy. It's just
he's still at deployment phase. Like he's gonna have enough.
yeah. Let's see what drops first before we think about what else could be a good play. Like we still have the normal deployment phase and Sigrun's skill.
Undecember could technically also just pull the automaton, no, not the automaton, but the Kiragi, and then they can't attack Sigrid,
Okay,
right?
we promote Mikaya. Oh, that's a good range.
Yeah, that also works. And also gets to
Yeah,
draw.
that's. I don't think we're using the draw here.
Yeah, because that
Frankly.
takes away the flip two for next turn if she makes it there.
Yeah. Assuming the flip, assuming her skill is being used this turn, which I can't imagine that we're not using it. Ideally after we kill the automaton, but still, I think it's happening this turn for sure. I feel like generally depending on what you want to deploy, if you want to deploy a one cost with Sigrun, you definitely swing into the automaton first, which is exactly what's happening. That's good.
I would still swing into Takumi first, but
No, the automaton taps the one cost that Sigrun might deploy, and you can't have that happen. Like Takumi is gonna get pulled and get attacked by 20 things anyway. It's fine.
just to play 2 costs.
One or
Most of
two
the one
costs.
costs, most of the one costs are already
Oh,
on.
we actually drew with her. That's interesting.
Yeah,
We
playing the
actually not.
Takumi.
We're actually not using her skill this turn. Maybe it might be the case that Patrick is fishing for evades with the draws.
Oh yeah, that buff was important. Otherwise, she would have missed.
Ooh, that's.
Oh, he
Wait, did we
tapped
buff?
hard to buff, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're good. Then we're good. I wasn't sure for a second there. Are we gonna use Maria again? Is the question. We really are. Okay, we're definitely not. We're not doing it this turn then.
I guess
That
he's
retreat must really
fishing for
not
dodge.
be good. Yeah, that too as well. Okay, so now we just have Plumeria pull the Kiragi and swing with Mikaya, right? That would be the play.
Yeah, likely.
It would be, I mean, disregarding that Mikaya at the moment can't until she grows, it would be very bad to swing and.
He could also decide to go face, but he
What?
will only. Yeah, because Kiragi, if he pulls into the front line, then he can't attack Sigrun.
Yeah, but then
Right.
he. Hmm.
That's fine. It's fine if he takes back line.
I guess it's fine. I just don't like it because if I guess
But if he takes
Kiragi can be
Plumeria,
redeployed then.
and then just redeployed and just kill the Kiragi. And Har and Tanoth, right? They're just movement.
I'm
Don't
just
do
doing
that much.
some cleanup on the easier tickets
I
to
don't know.
close stuff.
I mean,
Because next week
next turn
I'm at
Plumeria
a
can
course
be
thing, so I
redeployed,
won't be
but
doing
afterwards
as
we
much
can't
work here.
redeploy Plumeria
And that's about it.
Yeah, that's
because
why it's not
we
worth.
spent the bonds for that now.
Yeah, that's why it's not worth
First
for
off,
Kiragi to attack the Plumeria.
okay,
So that is like almost
please
worthless.
just pull the Kiragi now. There's actually keeping in the backline is just the worst thing you can do.
He will definitely do it.
I mean, all things considered, Kiragi. What is happening now? Are we
So
moving
he's
the Plumeria up? What are we doing?
Growthing hard to get a movement. Getting Sigrun into the
Yeah, I
back
know,
line
but
to keep her safe, and Plumeria into the front line as a body blocker.
okay. That's also
I don't know.
fine.
Plumeria's
If,
life
like,
doesn't matter because as soon as she dies, she can get redeployed from Sigrun. So
Yeah,
her
no, I know.
life
I'm
means
just
nothing.
yeah, I assume that even despite the Maria draws, he just didn't have enough
Yeah,
dodges to be comfortable.
in fact, having
sometimes.
having Plumeria die is actually better because that means you can redeploy it and reuse its skill to kill Karagi, who's a 70 beater, or Kana. Now,
Yeah, you say
um,
that, it's actually probably correct. Yeah.
so you actually
I'm
want
not sure.
Plumeria to die in this situation and redeploy it if you are going to use Sigrun's skill anyway.
I guess I can see the reason. I'm just not entirely sold on it at the moment.
Look, when you
I
need
mean,
a
board
body
state
blocker,
wise,
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah, like board state wise, Sigrun lives and as long as she has one dodge,
There's the
which
dodge.
is nice. Oh, now
Yeah, you can also
she
dodge with your front line.
Yeah.
lives
That's another
this
reason
turn.
to hide the back
You
line.
just needed any dodge anywhere, so Maria works fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like if he had hard dodges or something, then you probably would have
Then
tapped
Har would
him.
have been in the front.
Now
Yeah,
Hara was already tapped for
Sigrun buff.
Yeah, but if he
yeah.
had one, he
And
would have tapped something else. Like he could have tapped the Plumeria and then moved the hard forward if he had hard dodges. But
huh.
yeah,
Is that a Sugi?
Yep.
Cool.
nah, Sugi in Obero. Is
What
this
is he gonna do?
Pentastas?
Okay, they're going for the Asugi, so what are they discarding? Yep.
Yeah, that's about right. This
to-
guy is
I was
useless at the moment.
how is this the third time I see Obero in this tournament and it's another Sugi?
I don't know. Asugi is usually rare, I thought, but like,
Yeah, I know. I'm
Okay,
surprised.
well,
Well,
this
now
is
we
an
got forced march.
interesting position,
Yep.
which is
Yeah,
okay
no,
because it
no.
puts Sigrun in position, but like, yeah.
Well, it depends on what Sigrun can deploy. She can also use her skill to get Plumeria back, which will pop one of the units.
I mean,
and
yeah, I think most likely thing here is that she's getting Plumeria to pop Kiragi.
yep.
Then using probably Har again to move Micaiah back again.
I would say you should get Micaiah to swing first and then do that.
Do
Just
we
because
care
there's no
about
reason not to.
Asugi?
It
Do we
doesn't
care
matter.
about
Just
Asugi
just
though?
clear both backlines. Or you can technically get Makai to kill Asugi and Pluneri to kill Kana, and now both the big things are dead, and now there's just Asugi, and who gives a shit about Asugi for the most part?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That why would we care about Asugi really?
Because he can technically kill cost 1 flyers. He can kill the
No,
tank. He can kill the Har.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about this position, you could literally just baby jail Kiragi right now by pulling him frontline and then ignoring him.
Considering Sigrun deploys to the backline and is forced to, no.
Well,
And there's
yes.
the Necro.
Oh, that's
Yep. Seems alright.
huh.
This is the Sigrun.
Yes.
This is one of the benefits of Sigrun is she can deploy Necro. She runs red because red works well with a lot of good low costs, and it's a 2-cost flyer that she can deploy. Usually it's a 1 of because Sigrun's skill just deploys it and then who cares? But yeah.
That's the ideal
This
beater because he hits
is
70 plus 30, and that's important for
this
like
is a
stuff like
very
Roy.
interesting position for Sigurd now. I honestly am starting to believe a little bit.
I don't. Like, I'll
Okay.
be honest, I don't. You need to hit the Obero 3 times. I don't think it's likely to happen, but it's not a terrible spot, all things considered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
relatively.
I mean, if we
relatively
can
good
still
models,
keep
it's great.
Oboros stuck in this position, like the Necro Dragon is most like definitely gonna hit Oboro this turn. I would assume Sigrun is gonna as well and then get moved back by Har again.
So what should happen is Sheeta needs to punch one of the non-MCs, and everyone
Yeah.
and then that's pretty much the
I
only thing
think-
that matters. After that, anything can
Sheeta's-
really hit anything.
Yeah. Sheeta's just gonna swing into Kana most likely.
I don't actually think so. I think they're going to tap a cost 1. Particularly your Tanith to pull someone else and then get her to hit that.
I mean, yeah, you could do that as well. I just feel like the Hana is a pretty good target, but if you want to make this swing guaranteed to hit, then yeah, you go into the Asugi or Kiragi.
There's always the chance of a self, and legitimately, what else is Tanith doing? You might as well use Tanith to pull something, and then you get the kill. Because both Tanith and Har are not really going to be hitting anything for the most part. But we'll see. It depends on what they're deploying with this Sigra.
I mean, with a pull, Har can definitely hit one of these 30 bases.
Yep, it's not impossible. It's just the chances are relatively low. All right,
okay,
and there goes Kana.
Her.
That makes the most sense. She is the biggest body.
You know, you can use Har
fair enough.
to forward Bala, who is also a great beater.
Okay, let's think about this. They got rid of a Ryoma earlier. The face-up orb is a Mamui.
And there's the pull from Tanith.
Yeah.
From
Sigrun. Was her plus 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now getting rid of the Kiragi.
And now it should be Shida attacking the Kiragi.
Yeah, like the main thing is as long as Oboro doesn't just drop like 3 1-cost archers, it's really not a bad position.
And there you go, she gets the drop.
Like she can just do this.
Also, if that card was Maria, they could technically deploy it, which would be ideal because you deploy it in the front line, it takes care of Asugi, and then you can just get everyone to mug Oboro.
Like this is really a surprisingly interesting position. Oboro also is 70 base again because Asugi is in the bow.
Yep.
So if we get this Pala up front line, she's also pretty reliably hitting.
Yeah, we have one free movement with Har because when Har growths himself from retreat, there's a movement. So that's floating around.
I feel like that movement should still be for.
Nope, we're just doing the plus 20, and we got a flying emblem. Okay, so that means we get Pala up front.
Yeah, that's good.
Use flying emblem.
Just do it, please.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
It's just one of those things that we know the choice. There's not really much thought process into it. You have now Har move, Har growth, and now Sigrun goes to the back probably to keep her safe.
Staying relatively safe, at least from the Oboro hit, because that front line is not dying anytime soon.
And now it's just as Makai's going face, which is fine.
I mean, best case scenario, Oboro someone doesn't have a dodge and straight up dies here.
Yes, that would be the best case scenario for the Sigrun. I personally just don't think it's going to happen, but it always can. Moving
most likely not, but if we saw the retreat, we could see it. I mean, Har, all things considered, is like the most valuable 1-cost at the moment, so it doesn't not make sense to not try to keep him around.
Yeah, I mean,
like all things considered,
Makai is the thing that needs to be moved the most. It's just people throw things in the wrong retreat.
Wrong retreat is funny.
Makai matters the most, but since Makai was attacking there, she can't move, obviously. And you have enough bodies that Oboro is not going to be able to clear board. She needs to just deploy archers into the front line and then hit Sigrun. That is Oboro's game plan if she wants to win.
That's the only thing that Oboro really can do.
Sigrun has a big enough board that it's a board.
Yeah, like, the only way at this point, honestly, the only way this Oboro wins is if she just scams with 3 1-cost archers. Like, board state is so much in Sigrun's favor. Now they're confused about the Takumi, because who it belongs to. Mainly what I'm really hoping, because I don't know if you were there for that Aegis last turn, but instead of using Sigrun, the Sigrun player, Patrick?
Yep.
Yeah, Patrick. Drew twice with Maria.
I saw it. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm hoping that they actually dug deep to get enough dodges.
Yep.
Because at this point, I'm really hoping for this Sigrun play actually wins this.
Now, like, technically, they still, as I said, they technically still have Shida deploy. I don't think they have anything to deploy with it looking at the board state, but it is something they technically have access to.
I'm just. Are we moving
No,
it back?
then
No,
she
we're
is
not moving
Kanto, but
back to
there,
Pala.
you don't want to in this state because you want a big.
Yeah,
you
like-
do want still enough things on the front line,
Yeah,
to
you
stop
don't
forced
want
march.
to risk the front line actually getting cleared somehow or something.
Yeah. See, like this,
Okay,
you'll
that's-
move.
That's another flyer.
Yep, Mickey.
Now we get her back. Like 4
Okay.
is fine if the Pala would be back. 3 in front would actually be a little bit risky.
Exactly. This
Okay,
is a
there's
perfectly
a
good
dodge
board
that
state.
was about expected, but
Do they do the Sheeta deploy? Do they have an Est one or Maria? Those are the two main deploys you'd be looking for. They do not.
yeah, no. Okay, so bottom line, if we don't see like 3 1-cost archers, Sigrun probably wins next turn. I think this is like the last Obora turn.
Technically speaking, Undecember's hand might just have no Sigruns in it, and they could just technically frontline archers and kill her. That is still
Yeah, no, I
always
know.
a threat. It is unlikely.
Yeah, what I wanted to say mostly, it's just I think this is certainly the penultimate turn either way, either the
Yes.
last turn or the second to last. If Oboro
I mean, they can
kills
also
here,
deploy
obviously
more
she
than
wins.
just 3.
But if Oboro doesn't kill here, I'm very certain that Sigrun wins next turn.
I would generally agree. It's just how many cost 1 archers do they have? Or how many
can
Yeah,
archers
think
that's
do
he
they have?
the big
It's
question here.
in
That's
Automatas, we can also hit.
So it's Automaton, Karagi, Setsuna,
Setsuna
and Takumi.
and
So there's
Takumi.
up to 4. And they can deploy all of them if they're all if they don't have Taco 4.
And
They can also
except
do
for
autos,
except
so it's
for I
like
think Kuragi, all of those are very reliable hits into Sigrun.
Setsuna's the lead. Karagi is a 70 against Setsuna because Karagi gains plus an attack when attacking a beast or a fang.
Right, it's beast as well.
Yeah. So he is
Okay,
also
so
70. So there's
Yeah,
70 on
it's not gonna
Taco 1,
boost.
70 on Karagi 1, 60 on Setsuna 1, or 90 on Setsuna 3, and then 70 on Automation. So technically speaking, they can deploy all of those, including Setsuna 3. So they can get 4 good hits, in theory.
I genuinely don't think they have it, considering they're waiting so long.
Yeah, I'm guessing the plum is breaking them to a degree because they've had to they had to get rid of Ryoma and now Korin.
The question is just how hard are they breaking on the plum area?
Exactly.
Like how many Ryomas are still in the hand and how many corns? Because
How many Ryomas, how many Oberos, and how many Korins? There's 3 cards
Yeah.
that they don't want in their hand right now. 3 names, I should
and
say.
there's 1. That's the worst one for them. That's the best case scenario for Sigrun.
Class change.
They're digging for 1 cost.
So I
They're
assume
digging for
no
1 cost.
It swings as 90 anyway, so you don't need the crit.
Yeah, one dodge. Okay. I think they didn't draw the 1 cost, so they don't have another thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be fishing for them.
Maybe. We never know for sure. We gotta wait until they at least do something and they've committed out.
I think CC's correct
deployment
because
phase?
then there's a chance he
Yep.
draws another 1 cost
Oh, no.
archer.
The class change was 100% correct. You don't need the crit, it swings as 90. What else do you need? Like, there was no way Sigrun survives that hit without dodge.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm just sad we aren't seeing the 3 1 costs and 2 automatas.
I mean, if they have it, technically, if they're really digging, they could promo or borrow 1 more time. Like hard promo.
oh,
for
like
one
from
more draw.
hand? No, I don't think they would do that.
I'm just saying that's like, if they're really digging for cards, that is a thing they can do with the bonds and still have 1 more bond left for a 1 cost.
Yeah, that's technically an option, but like, no, it's
Unlikely, yeah. I mean, if it's like the only dodge that Obara has left, then at this point, they might as well use it because their 1 dodge is not going to save them next turn.
How many times has Sigrun dodged so far this game?
Not like a few times early, like I think 4 in total, but we've seen a few Sigrun supports as well, especially that last turn.
4 is a
It would be
lot. Tish.
It would be really devastating if Sigrun does not have a dodge after all of that drawing. That would be devastating.
It's not like it's a super huge amount. You had... I don't think Micaiah drew, so you only had Sheeta.
No, Micaiah drew as well.
Okay. So you had Sheeta, Micaiah, normal draw, and then 2 draws for Maria. Because Sigrun didn't really get hit last turn.
Yeah, that's 5 draws.
Like 2 turns
so,
to draw a lot. So.
If none of those were a single Sigrun, that would be really depressing, because this has been phenomenally played from the Sigrun player this entire game.
I think it's more misplays on Daniel's part, Cookie's part.
They're still
like,
they're still thinking about what they're doing. What are they? What do they still have?
I heard Microsoft Teams. I guess someone.
Yep, I got Teams open.
Oh no, that's a Kuragi. Now we need 2 dodges.
Do have Kuragi 1, which swings a 70. Granted, Kuragi can always self or get an Oboro support. So, like, he can fail.
He has missed before. He has missed earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but Kuragi did miss Sigrun.
Well,
the last turn. Yeah, he hit the high cost Oboro support.
That's in support. Wasn't it versus Cheetah? I don't know. Nothing missed 1 at least.
Oboro skills for draw 1. Move into the back line.
Yeah, they're just really fishing for every card they can possibly get here.
Yep, they're fishing for crits because they are now in action phase.
Yeah. So, if...
Attacking Hall!
Oh!
R?
This would have hit Sigrun!
Huh?
It's another self.
R?
So that's another one of the dodge possible.
Yeah, that would have hit Sigrun. Did he forget about Karagi's skill 1? Because most people do. Because it so rarely comes up. Oh no, they're going for clearing. They must have been counting dodges. They probably think that there is it's way too unlikely for them to get.
And we had 2 selves right now.
Yeah.
Potential selves.
Well, they were counting dodges, but those dodges can also be selves in the deck.
Did they just hit 2 Kanas, by the way?
Yeah.
They did. They did.
Yeah, but that must be
Yeah, I'm going on the limb that Cookie thought that those Sigruns were in hand when they were in deck. So they were counting dodges and then failed.
Yeah, it seems like Undecember isn't enjoying dodges.
Let's have a look at this now.
Last 2 turns.
Let's have a look at this. For the front line, Sheeta kills, Tanev can kill, Plumeria can kill with swinging. And then we have Micaiah, Necrodragon, and Paladin that can hit Oboro. And if we have if we hit something that can bring Sigrun in front line, obviously she can hit 2 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a flying emblem then. Weird.
It's not impossible to not kill Oboro here, but we should, unless some really bad supports happen, we should have 3 swings into Oboro this turn at the very least.
The deck reset did happen, so Undecember has all of the information to know if he can kill him this turn or not.
Yeah.
Because the entire front line is also just 30s. That's not
There's also still a potential Ike happening.
Have we?
I've not seen Ike the entire game. Maybe he doesn't exist, actually. I've also
might
not
not be
seen colorless Sheeta the entire game.
Colorless Sheeta is not as common as Ike. Ike is more common than that Sheeta.
Anyway, I really hope this turn wins.
Probably does.
Not swinging into Sigrun was very surprising, though. Okay, they had 1 dodge at least, unless they just drew that for turn.
Yeah, the entire line is just a 30s. That sounds also just a 30. It's easy to forget.
Yeah, so the entire front line can just
the entire
swing
front
into
line is
each
going
other.
to die. Plumeria, Tanith, and Sheeta are going to kill the entire front line. Sheeta's probably going to go after Asugi, and the other 2 don't matter. Asugi is just the least
Yeah.
Asugi and Kuragi are the ones that least likely to have dodges, and I would say Asugi is more of a 2-of, so probably just kill him.
Yeah. Like
You want to
the
guarantee your draw.
only bad way this goes, I mean, Tanef has at most one self in deck
Cool,
if they're playing full.
Here's the thing: even if Tanith selfs, look how many other units on board you got. Even if Plumeria
Yeah, no,
selfs,
but
you got enough swings.
not an issue. Yeah, it's just about having enough swings. Oh, different
There
promo.
we go. All other
Lantar,
flyers
okay.
gain 10 attack per card stacked underneath. All flyers just got plus 20.
Okay, now everyone just hits. That should be game. Let's go.
The OG flyer MC.
And Maria now. Yeah, okay. Oboro is so dead.
Yeah, even the one cost to
Also,
include
I
anything.
forgot. Wait, no, actually, I forgot. Not. No, we can't pull again, but we can't pull anymore. But it's probably fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
there
can
we go.
pull
There's our first swing. It hits.
Yeah, because this front line just gets absolutely horrendously murdered this turn.
Alright, so next should be Plumeria, Har, or Sheeta. They might not attack with Sheeta.
I don't think we attack with Sheeta here. I think Sheeta should try to hit Obora as well. I think Maria should get rid of the last one.
No, not
Or
Maria. Plumeria.
Plumeria, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
there's an
wasn't
evade
sure
them.
if they were gonna attack with Harfest, but yeah.
The main reason to do Sheeta is just because she draws a card. It's just straight up
Okay,
a
yeah,
free card.
this is so game. We have more swings than cards in Oboro's hand.
You want
This
to
is
stop
so
as
game.
well. So.
But hey, this can happen. No draw. See, that's why I said Sheeta should attack Asuki.
Yeah, but the draw is not what matters here anymore. We just want to kill. We just want to kill the front line to kill Oboro.
I'm aware. It's
all
just
that matters here.
draw is nice. Draw is
I mean,
really
that just
fucking nice.
it assumes they
That
are
should
like.
have honestly been. Honestly, that should have been Micaiah instead, because Maria is currently bigger than Micaiah. Or is Micaiah buffed?
Micaiah isn't buffed, but Maria is 70, Micaiah is 60, but you're gonna get another Micaiah in retreat at some point with all these swings. Okay, they're not using Plumeria. I don't like that.
I also don't like that.
But there we go. There's the Micaiah that they needed. So now Micaiah.
I think that's the only
okay, that's still free hits. That's still free hits. But now if they exactly have 3 dodges, or maybe they have the Plumeria crits. Maybe that's why they didn't swing.
Oh yeah, maybe.
That's also possible.
Yeah. Ooh, Sigrun self, not good. Sigrun crit.
Sigrun crit. Let's go.
Good
yes.
Yeah, he does have another crit.
Game.
Okay, makes sense then.
Oh my god, Sigrun won.
Crazy. Definitely just misplays on Cookie Spot though, I think. But yeah.
Okay, shut up.
No, I've lost to 100 before overall, but I think this is probably the first time I've lost to Sigrun.
That is amazing.
I'll correct Cookie after the set. The first Oboro to lose to a flyer, probably. No. A set was lost.
I misclicked, sorry. I'm back.
Well, I'm in streamer mode. I can't even hear you when you join or leave.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. Sparrow beat Oboro with Valencia like 2 weeks ago, whenever that was.
But Cookie didn't see it. Most people aren't paying attention to every matchup.
That's fair. But oh, great! I can spectate myself now. Okay, Son, you don't have to stream anymore. I can spectate now.
Okay. Where is the button? There we go.
Oh, that's so cool, actually.
Yeah, it looks like all of the people who are seated higher Already.
Yeah, so far it's just
Yeah.
been. Okay.
Undecember, just
All right,
like
I'm gonna. All right.
Oh, please don't lose.
Ooh, Crom and Roy. Fun.
that's
I assume he's running
interesting.
4 players.
Is
Because
that the normal Crom one cost?
Yes, looks
Yeah.
like it.
I want to at least play him before the end is not the greatest mindset. Yep, I go Crom.
Fine. I think Crom has a pretty good chance of winning versus Roy.
Okay, cool. Just had to make sure Cookie knew that.
I mean, at least,
I want.
at least Crom's win rate is gonna tank a little bit.
Please don't lose, Cookie. At least not
No,
this
no, no.
match. I'm going to
Crom
say.
could reverse sweep, and then,
That would be great. Okay, we hit the Keith before we even needed Roy to Keith. That's just, yeah, that's just
look. This is where
purple.
you triple Freyr your Roy opponent and watch them weep.
Yeah, and then you
Uh,
play 4 units a turn,
You
starting
still,
turn 2.
please still dodge this though. Please still dodge this though, because if you give him another Keith, he can actually just promo next turn.
Here's the issue with that. If you dodge it, Canos is now 40 and more likely to hit you.
Yes.
But
Yes, but
if
also,
you take it, they can just stack a darkness.
I think you
or
just
they
take
stack
these
another,
and
or they stack another Keith
Yeah.
and straight up just go into promo next turn.
Yeah,
Turn 2 Roy promo would
but
go wild.
they took the hit, but that's the lose-lose situation
And
of Roy.
oh, okay.
So they're safe. They did the right play.
I think generally it's better to just take you because you want to save your bridges for better plays. And there's one Henry at least. So I assume he's not playing any Freya because if you play Freya and Henry, the space will be way too tight. So, yeah. So this matchup is more losable now. That's a good support since Chrome wants to have the promos in retreat to promote. I assume Roy has bridges because he bonded Roy already.
He should have bridges, yeah. And promos. And darkness emblems. Awesome. Purple. You bastard of a color.
It's fine. Crom can like set up his retreat. Like he didn't have Sigurd before.
Oh,
Now he has.
Henry. Look, it's Henry.
Yeah, so unfortunately no Freya.
Wait, Son, does Grom play Henry? Normally?
He promised pretty well. Just people have forgotten him because Henry doesn't help necessarily versus Roy and Oro, which are like most common decks.
Oh, Henry's around. Fun.
He's alright, but Freya's definitely more impactful. That's why he tends to play Freya more. But usually not both because Crom has space issues. So if it's Henry, you can just assume they don't have Freya.
So what you're saying is your Crom would have triple Freyed that Roy just now?
No, because I play Alphonse.
Why the fuck do you play Alphonse?
Hey, because Crom with Alphonse just absolutely dunks on aggro, like hyper aggro Ike.
Yeah, but doesn't like this Crom already do that well enough?
No. Not enough for my taste. Like he does better than like Sanaki. But there's
Well, naturally, Sanaki is a mage until she
yeah,
promotes at least.
but with Alphonse it's really hard to lose versus Ike. I don't like Alphonse because he's another deploy for Crom, so he can sometimes deploy five units a turn. And that's kind of crazy.
Interesting.
That's 4 units. Yeah.
Ridding the Lilina.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
I mean, sure, it's not bad. It's like a free crit if it hits.
It's just his hand is a little low.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you have a dodge, you probably should have dodged that.
Yeah, that's the risk. But he didn't dodge, so it was 1 for 1, basically.
That's a lot of leaves.
Second leaf. Yeah, that's why I only wanted 1 leaf, because leaves are useless. Unless
Have
you
you
make
ever
it turn.
unified in Chrome before? Oh,
I have done a couple of times, and it has won me some games, but most of the time, second leaf is just useless.
would you look at that? It's Sigurd.
Do you have a sell-off? I don't remember seeing a sell-off.
I don't know, but they
There is one, okay.
even if they hadn't, it would still be a ramp.
Yeah, but Chrome doesn't only needs 5 for turn 5. And even if Chrome doesn't have sell-off in retreat, it just becomes a flip 1 tempo to play 1. And also draw 1 back. Still like really good. Great, just not the best. Yeah, no, Chrome's rally buff. Chrome has a skill that gives all class challenged allies +10. So he can
Yeah,
hit the
and
rise.
most Chrome players forget that skill exists.
No, they don't.
But for what one? What skill?
The
Global
bot
buff.
No. That's super
no.
common. You see that all the time.
I don't know. Besides, it might have been because I think the last time I fought Chrome it was Cream, but
It's because it's green.
except for you, Son, it feels like every Chrome that I play against never uses this, and I'm always confused.
No, what? Who are you playing? Literally, everyone I see playing
I told
besides
you, Cream.
even Cream, I see the +10 most of the time. Although that said, last set when I played was Penta, I forgot it for 1 turn, but it didn't matter at that point. But yeah, like it's the
Thinking
reason
thoughts.
why Chrome can like even hit stuff like Vala and Rai. People don't forget that.
Yeah, this is a good card. It's in the BO8 card. Same set that self-released in. There was a blue yellow set BO8. Interesting.
Yep. That was set 8 was the first Gen 2 of Genealogy and was the third blue set. Yeah.
What are you thinking about? Thinking about using turfing, maybe?
Salaf.
Did you forget to Trumba? Oh my god, you're
Okay, this one they actually did forget, I think.
And they are on BC.
Oh no,
they
they
didn't
said
declare.
Crom skill. Yeah, Crom skill.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It says it's
He
still
did
in
say that
chat with
after
me.
he CC'd. Yeah. He said that after he CC'd, so it is the Cron rally.
Yeah.
It's definitely the rally.
Yeah.
And that's why we use counters.
That's why counters are nice.
Totally not needed.
But
Maybe I should make a hotkey that just says Cron rally, so I don't have to do the counters. And then
I mean, you can just
make
make a
that
box.
yourself.
If you hotkey counter +1 to thing, you just make a box that selects all the cards, press 1 key, and then ignore it.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
like-
do.
And then
That's what I
Key
do.
bindings, macros, you can
It's
like make text.
technically slower than just
usage.
kicking the macro. But yeah.
Hmm.
But I like putting on counters, so I just do it. Yeah, so he decides to not use turfing. Which, it's fine to use it, because then you don't get hit for a couple things. But Ray doesn't deploy too much, so like, yeah.
Well done. They're both on equal orbs at least.
Yeah, Chrome is at 7 cards though, so Canas and spamming Darkness Elements would be really painful for Chrome.
Yeah, I mean, well, darkness is always painful. I mean, on the opposite side, if Roy was to get Henry'd here, also extremely painful.
That is also true, but Henry, in my opinion, you most of the time, not always, just trade cards,
Yeah.
and depends if you have more cards, more resources than your opponent. I think Henry is broken.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if you don't, that's
Henry's first skill is literally both players go -1. One person mage emblems, the other person just discards, but it's still a -1 on both.
Chrome happens to draw because he CCs on.
Well,
So
it's you're minusing because you play the Henry, and then you get to mage emblem as your opponent discards 1. So you're still going minus because you lost the Henry in hand, because you're no longer plussing off from the class change to offset the card cost. Yeah.
and as you said, Henry can like sometimes set up retreat. That's pretty useful.
Yes. But Roy doesn't care about setting up retreat because he can. The only one that really cares about retreat is Canos, and well, guess what? Roy cares about the hand. So, screwing over their hand is always the better option.
Yeah, I was more speaking for Chrome. Like if he doesn't have if he only has Promise in hand, like Henry can help getting it into retreat. Owning another Lorena. Yeah, so guessing his hand is full with him.
Yes, but
I would still like to keep like
you
3 rotations.
you also just, even if it's stuck in hand, you can just get Roy to stack it. Like, what are you stacking that's not Lolina?
Because at best, but
Like,
then you still want to have.
It's darkness or Lolina. It just depends on if you want to plus or if you want your opponent to minus. Granted, darkness is more consistent in this situation. But yeah.
Chrome, he can technically use avoids for his splash bodies, since he has a lot of copies of them. But if he does it, then he loses on the play next turn for them, and can be annoying. Ooh, Zephyr. So we're not going to see the Canas. Everything Julia. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I don't think it was Julia yet in retreat, so it might be really good actually. Yeah, if you played Zephyr, that's probably doesn't make a difference if you played Turfing or not last turn, because they are both hitting for 100.
Yep.
Unless it's like bad supports, but you shouldn't assume that.
I mean, you should never overly... Oh, okay. That's also one way to deal with Sigurd, is just backline him.
Depends on how many Sigurds are in retreat. I think they're like two now.
We have
and
another
in
one
bronze.
supporting here right now.
So,
It just
And
means
of course,
that Sigurd
let's not forget that.
alive.
I think there's also
Let's
one in
not forget
bronze.
there's a third Sigurd in bonds. Yes, so
So
Crom
this
is
is
going
actually-
down to 1 orb, though. I don't like that. I think
So
Crom
Sigurd
is
is-
just no dodges.
maybe. So jailing Sigurd is really good in this context. Typically, I would like try to kill him because if Crom can just CC him again, and has more bonds to work with.
That requires you to class change it from hand, though. Because you can't class change into
that's
the
what I'm
zero.
saying.
But
In this context, most of the Sigurds are gone
yeah,
from us, so
it's the same idea with the Tormod thing of the Sonic game. When there's a stack of, when you know where 3 of the 5/3 is, you can just kind of start ignoring it more because it's not going to become a draw engine. It still hurts, like it's still a big body, but it's not like a super huge threat.
Veronica's played in this deck. Interesting. Usually you don't run Tex if you run Henry, what I've seen, but running Tex and Henry.
Do they have
Pretty
Roman
rare.
female?
Would be weird if they don't, but
I have
yeah, they have Robin 5 and Retreat, like we have seen the promo earlier,
Okay.
so I assume
Well,
so.
I got a message from my boss at one point, so kind of missed a turn or two.
Playing Henry.
Okay, I mean, you can class change it. Cause your opponent to discard, too. Not the worst.
Probably pretty decent, because if you hit right as well.
This
Also Robin.
also works.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 hits, and actually 2 hits, because Robin's not likely to hit.
Yep.
And discarding 2.
Julia should class change first. Yep.
Yep, then flip 2.
Henry causes both players to discard 1. Discarding the Robin.
It's okay. Depending on what
discarding the other Lilina.
Another one.
Yeah.
And Retreat is better than Bonds, but pretty odd that they didn't use Lilina.
It's fine. Okay, let's see what they're getting rid of. On that they not, I would have almost suggested they keep the sell-off just so that they could tier frame. Whatever. They buff Karam. Sigurd buff. There we go. We'll just do that.
Although the problem with using turfing again this turn that From goes down to 0 Bonds, and then Cat doesn't have place next turn.
Yeah, that's true. But
oh wait, this is Julia. Well, might I thought I was CCing.
yeah, no, this is Julia. Because you needed the unflip to be able to CC everything.
Yeah, I would also keep this off just in case. Yeah.
Technically speaking, they won't be class changing Henry here, because if they were to class change Henry, they have no face up bonds at all. They did keep
they
Leaf,
could.
so they might have a Self in hand and are planning to bounce it. Crom skill 1 doing the
5
buff.
bonds to CC both.
No,
Rob
that's the
and
class
Henry.
change still. Alright, who are they going to class change? Robin to clear Zephiel? Or Henry to minus the opponent more cards in hand? Robin, okay.
Just Robin. Okay.
And Henry activates again.
Maybe they draw a sell-off and then they can use Henry.
Yeah, egg is not valuable here.
I assume Cookie has smaller dodges because he played his mages in the back.
Fae. Okay, yep. Odd that they discarded the Lilina before the Fae, but you know, each their own. Crom skill 2. Okay, there's the rally buff. Everyone but Henry gets 10 stronger.
Yeah, Crom and Julia would like to hit. Robin less so because he's only 60 plus 10.
Yeah, but 70 is still sometimes good enough.
Yeah, she still hits on selves and 10 supports.
Exactly.
If she really needs to hit, you just use Thoron, but probably don't.
Not in this situation, we don't.
I mean, it would be fine because it gets him really low in hand.
So one of your orbs retreated. Oh, right, yeah.
I just orb cycle.
That hits.
That was a self, so Robin could have hit there.
Crom swing, yep, 80 on 80. Self into non-self.
Self.
Oof, bad situation.
Yeah, not much I'd like to see.
Into the 30, oof. You still have Henry that can swing. Not realistically going to hit, but you do have 30 supports, I think. So there's no reason not to.
Monica's gone though, right? So the Bianca's are gone. So,
Have we seen a single 30 support?
Well, they're doing it anyway, so sell off.
I wouldn't swing because I would just delay the deck reset.
In this case, it got them a Zephiel out. Otherwise, Zephiel was going into hand. That swing
That is
was
true, yeah.
correct.
It happened to be dragged, yeah. And tap move forward Sigurd because he doesn't do anything.
Sigurd comes out of baby jail. Julia Tyrfinged or just still the Countess on from his skill?
They just forgot. Did Julia hit though? I feel like they had same cards and orbs. Maybe not. Oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong hand. Oh man. Yeah, but Kron does have a big board now, and Riot can sometimes fail to clear the board entirely. I wonder what they have in hand. They bonded the Lilinos, and it's not a Zephyr in hand, probably, since they played one, and just someone on the spot. They do have Canas.
Peony, always nice.
Okay. I generally wouldn't be opposed to a Lilina deploy right now, to be honest.
I don't think there was one in hand because they bonded two, and just discarded one.
Yeah, Lilina's just out of the game pretty much already. Like,
Did they have another Canas or did they bond the only one?
I hope they have one.
I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out what good things this Roy could do to actually clear shit here.
I don't think he can. I think
Like,
his objective
Sigurd
is
is-
actually just to go for game.
Yeah, okay. Is he? I mean, that's 3 hits, so that's not bad. But on
Well, if you go
one
for
orb,
game, he'll probably die next turn from Crom if he survives, but
yeah, I would
it's
have
fine.
thought it. I mean, how many cards does Crom have? 3? That's Crom, right?
In this deck, he has 12 dodges.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
wouldn't it make more sense to try to clear the backline there? Yeah, I think that's what they're doing with the Linus.
That depends of how confident you feel like you kill. Because if you don't
I
kill, you
mean,
probably
let's look at this realistically. Crom does not have a lot of bonds right now, and
Going.
potentially
He has
not really
enough
a good
bonds.
way to.
Wait, was that a
Huh?
raw? No, that wasn't a raw. No, that was set up.
Okay, no. No, I mean, like, Crom doesn't have enough bonds to really do anything if you get rid of Julia. Unless they have a Self in hand for the leaf, but who knows?
would have dodged. No, I
No, they
wouldn't
don't.
dodge
I don't
this.
think they have dodges. Their hand
They
is,
don't.
I think, ass.
Probably all Croms. Yeah.
They're waiting though.
Yeah, that's why I'm also not too sure.
Maybe they did have a Julia one. Maybe they did have a Julia one.
No,
But
because you don't have enough. You need 4 bonds to play Julia 1. If you want to do anything useful.
Not if they have a Self.
They would have used it already if they had one.
yeah.
You need to adopt it.
This
Okay.
is like, I get the reasoning. They don't want to hit the Robin because the Robin will just can class change again and then nuke the board. But I don't agree with this swing. I think they actually
It's like-
still should have went for the Henry or the Robin.
Yeah.
It gives them plus 1
low
card.
hands.
It makes
Yeah,
it more
low
likely.
hands and less risks, like at least the Henry.
Yeah. Ideally
Yeah.
speaking,
I mean,
it
the
would
Robin
be a
is
it would be a
still-
Self Sigurd 0 and a Robin class change, and maybe a Julia's 1.
Yeah,
I
all
mean,
Robins
the
are-
Robin is annoying in that she still hits 100, but on field she's less threatening than off field. And of course she needs to use a bond to use that, which Crom doesn't like too much, having people use
Also,
his
Robin's
bonds.
problems are also in retreat, aside from them that is on the board, so
You have
it
Lackey
won't be a
Glitch
hard
again?
CC. So
You have Lackey Glitch?
No, I just remembered.
Okay.
Because there were 2 of the files early game, and then they discarded 1 with Henry. Oh wait, this is from
Okay.
retreat, yeah. So there's still 1 left, I think, probably. So it might be possible for them to just hard CC Robin.
How is this going to go?
This is also why I like to run Alphonse, because sometimes you can just deploy 5-8, the flood the board and just hit Roy and kill him.
And there's the Robin class change in the Julia. And a Noe.
Oh, they didn't CC Robin.
Oh, I thought they did. I saw something shift over there. Must have just been my imagination then.
I think she moved a little bit front, but not really. It's a bit weird.
They didn't see anything, but maybe maybe she did. He could still level up Robin into Robin 1 and then CC her. Wait, did he skip Bond phase? I think he did, right?
Yep, he didn't bond anything.
Okay, so that means there is no sell-off in hand. The Julia's useless. I mean, you could CC her, just have her as a body, but Julia doesn't really do much here. Are they CCing Julia? That's the only target.
Yeah.
I guess he could try to CC
No.
Henry. Why?
Yeah, you don't have the bonds for the Henry. I don't think you're CCing anything, I'll be honest. I think you're just not bonding anything and skipping your turn. You're just a 80 vanilla that 70 offensive board rally.
What
Yeah,
will this Julia actually do?
80. Okay. Kind of odd.
Okay. Interesting.
Even if he's trying to go for game here, I don't think it's like the time to go here. I would rather just clear board.
I mean, who knows what the retreat is looking like? I didn't pay attention to
I mean, you
Royce.
can also just swing face. You can flip 1 to buff the Robin.
I mean, there
You
are
could try to go for
2.
game.
I believe there are 2 Royce and Bonds at least. Julia sending away Leaf. I mean, obviously you want to keep the blue bond, but interesting that you don't care about the Leaf.
Leaf only makes sense if you have like selves, but they are already in retreat or bonds, so.
Yeah, I'm just saying it would have been probably of no consequence to still switch him up.
No, Leaf sucks.
Don't let Sauce hear you.
No, he sucks in Chrome. He's good in Leaf, but that Leaf PS is pretty limited in Chrome.
Okay.
Okay, he's trying to go
buffing
for game.
Robin.
Yep. Well, yeah, you might as well in this situation. You have if you have crits for either Robin or Julia, you go for game here.
Or Henry.
Because you're not clearing board consistently and being able to stabilize it by the how he's been playing this entire time. His hand has been shit.
I think his hands were like, okay, but he didn't play the best.
Did they not add back with? Oh, it's this Novi. Never mind.
It's
Different
end of
Novi.
turn, yeah.
Yeah, end of turn. So they're getting a Crom at the end of turn.
Okay.
And like Cookie. Oh, they did have.
That is not legal.
Oh, that's
No,
fine.
that's legal. That's Holy
Wait,
Blood
is it?
Emblem. It's
Holy
equal
Blood
to or
is
less points
as
than your
many as
opponent.
well.
Color
As
doesn't
many
matter.
bonds.
I thought it was only fewer. Huh.
No, it's equal or
Equal.
fewer.
Wait, so
Otherwise-
Holy Blood is just Manakite as long as you're not going first?
So, if you don't
Yeah.
know, there is two different Manakite emblems. Old Manakite emblem, which is color locked, but can ramp all the time. The new Manakite emblem is not color locked, but you have to be equal or less than. New Manakite emblem first debuted as Holy Blood emblem in yellow. Holy Blood emblem is just new Manakite emblem. If you look at Kurth and Holy Blood emblem, they have the same support skill.
I know.
So
Yeah, so another misplay from Cookie, like it's something that you need to like think about or like learn about, because stepping up Robin into the Robin 1 is
okay,
unintuitive.
Henry causing a discard.
Now they drew the sell off that. Okay.
No, but the entire objective of this is to just cause more and less cards in the Roy's hand. This hits.
They technically didn't say.
No,
Okay,
they did. They
say
did. They did it a
Crumb
while
again.
ago.
Okay.
Julia
No,
is
because they said it once, and then they said not yet. And
Yes,
now
last
they did
round.
again.
and the crit.
Okay.
I do have
Does
Chris.
this... That wins.
Kill?
Nope.
That doesn't win.
They need the Henry
Okay.
crit.
Henry
Valiant
crit?
attempt. Last card in hands. Will the Cookie Monster let the cookie crumble or not?
No, he doesn't have the crit. He doesn't have the crit. That's why.
Right, actually. How long have we been here?
This since the break, it's been 30 minutes. I don't know how much clip one is.
Huh.
Yeah, he definitely could have
Longest set.
seen Robin.
Probably the longest set so far.
No.
And there's the Chrome dodge.
The Chrome Dome. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think misplay on.
there are
Cookie
basically 3 guaranteed hits on board without self, so
Yeah, it pretty
it's
much.
pretty much over.
Not necessarily, because if these are both if both the cards in hand are Crom, that means Roy and Canos aren't really hitting, and then Mur and Peony are both not overly likely to hit, especially when they do this buff.
That's a weird ass buff, yeah.
They didn't Roy stack, so just dodge it.
What's the 30?
It was
So,
yeah, it was
they-
70 into 70.
Are they keeping a crit?
So this
For
means
Roy
Mur
for
is
someone?
only 60. Mur is not
that's
stronger than
weird.
60.
Like Peony.
Okay, they're putting now they're putting the 30 support up for the mirror.
Yeah, so Mirror can hit. Probably
Yeah.
will hit.
Don't draw with loot, please.
They're gonna draw with loot, I think.
No.
Yeah, there's the draw.
Why?
Do they have the second Crom?
No.
No, they stacked Peony.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you draw the Peony.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's yeah.
That was just wrong.
Yeah. So if Chrome has another dodge and Mirror misses this attack, yeah, this is over.
Maybe it's just over anyway and we don't have to
There's the
worry
dodge.
about...
See, there's the second dodge. So it's all
Oh,
about
yeah.
does Mur hit. The Peony support is now gone. The Peony buff is gone.
She had the 30. She
It
had
does
the
not
30,
hit
and
as they
now she
crit.
doesn't mi-
Three.
There was no reason to draw there.
Yeah, they fucked up.
Okay, guess
Oh,
we're going to
no.
game 4.
No, there's the crit.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh,
okay, we're
we go,
okay, we're
we go.
chilling.
We good.
Good game.
I guess Chrome not a loss in his
That
his pocket.
was the longest 3-0 of my life.
It happens.
Yeah.
Did you have any other events?
Cookie again could have won this game too, but yeah, didn't happen.
Canos. Yeah, that was legitimately one more hit, and they won.
Yeah, no miracle.
No, Roy
No.
doesn't usually run any miracles. It doesn't make sense for him to.
And he's talking about Chrome.
Oh.
Sometimes he
Yeah.
does run Old Clear, which has miracle, and that would have saved the game here if it was a support.
I
Okay,
can't.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
High roll is like Crom still would have won, you know.
yeah. I mean, this was just an awkward thing. It didn't look like Crom ever really got rolling, in my opinion, but it happens sometimes.
He could have wiped board with Robin, so
Yeah.
he also could have deployed in front line or something like that.
Yeah, I just
He was-
personally think the Robin play was a turn early. If they didn't class change Robin last turn for killing only Zephiel and just killed Zephiel with an attack, everything would have been much better.
He could
Because
have
then they could have
this turn.
Robined away this board.
They had Robin 1 in hand. They had Robin 1 in hand. They could have leveled up Robin and wiped board.
Yeah,
Actually,
that
that's
is
right.
always an option, but that's it's never ideal.
And
Anyway.
he also could have like tap move back and then just live because only has 2 cards they have.
Oh,
that have
God.
range.
She wants to fight Undecember immediately. Please don't.
Anyway, with this, I'm done recording.